Hello, beautiful people of the internet. My name is Ryan. Welcome back to Blueprints. I just realized that for the first time in like 4 episodes, I'm not wearing a blue shirt, which is a problem because I have been trying to make it a point to wear a blue shirt during these episodes, and I'm mad at myself. That said, I do have a blue World's Best Dad mug full of some tea, because my throat is acting up a little bit. So we're going to have to count the mug as the shirt today. And maybe I can keep finding more blue shirts to wear in the next episode. Hello, welcome in. This is episode number... Photoshop is trying to tell me about an update. This is episode 141 of our Blueprints blind playthrough. We are in the middle of playing the shit out of Photoshop, mostly. Can you tell my brain is feeling a bit better today? Let's get back into the rough draft of the house. The blue house. And let's solve the remaining rooms in terms of their Morajai puzzle boxes and their posters. I'm nervous because I think by the end of today's episode, or maybe even by the middle of it, we're going to be sort of up... We're going to be done with the easy stuff and straight onto the hard stuff. Why do I grab the money every time? I don't know. I just feel a little bit more comfortable with a little bit of change in my pocket. What can I tell you? Okay. Yeah. Welcome back. We've got, as you may have seen during the last episode, we've got not a lot of rooms left. Something like 8 or 9 maybe in the blue... In the rough draft, 7 rooms left, because I don't think this one right here can be accessed right now. 7 rooms left to kind of chart our passage through. And then we have a lot of stuff left to figure out. Today's episode is going to be a test. I'm trying to export a video on my computer while also use Photoshop, while also record. Let's see if Ryan's PC can handle all of this action. It's already not handling it, so I'm going to go ahead and pause the exporting, and we'll go to the next... we'll just focus on what we're doing here. All right, so I need to get to the back left, but the easiest way to get there is often the back right, because this eastern rank is really helpful. The eastern hallway. Okay. So technically we have not done this room. However, I don't want to start with that room. I'm looking over at my map. I want to start with 1, 2, 3. This is the middle. This is servants' quarters. So... servants' quarters from the south. Servants' quarters is a bedroom, so it's purple. Nailed it. I found it. All right. Check, done. All right, let's get this solved. What do we got here? In terms of a poster, we have a worm. Oh boy, a worm and a bat. That's a bat and a worm and a... Huh. The problem with worm that I think is interesting is I can't think of any synonyms for worm. And then the minute I said that, I started thinking, well, shit, I can't think of any synonyms for bat either. A bat and like a cricket paddle, a stick, kind of, not really. It's made of wood. It's wood. It doesn't really look like a baseball bat. Like the proportions are kind of wrong. This could be a club. This could be a club. I mean, that's just a worm because it's got the little extra thing, right? Like that's how a worm exists. That's how a worm is. That's how a worm exists. Worm is interesting because to change that word, you really don't have a lot of options. Can you add anything to the front of worm to add make it a word? Could be like oak, mahogany, maple, it does look like it's made of wood. It has a grain to it. Not all bats are. It's a slugger. It's a Louisville slugger. This is Babe Ruth's tool. This is earthworm. What is another word for earthworm? I have no fucking idea. Okay, this is a good one. Unfortunately, this is impossible. No, it's not. Wait a second. Wait. Yes, it is. Wait. No, it's not. Wait. This is a good one. This is a really fun one. Okay, hold up. This is cool. This is really cool. So here's what happens. This moves north. So we have to infect the gray with white. We have to infect it as much as possible, which is really cool. So how do I do this? We have to get like at least 2 of these things. We need to get at least 3 of these things to be white. Nope, that's wrong. When you hit red, it turns white into black. But then when you hit red again, it turns black into red. So this is a 2-step process by which we need to turn probably... Oh, I don't know how to do this. Once I have turned them black, they can be moved. However, once you turn them red, they cannot be moved. So I need to, in this stage, get them exactly where I want them, then hit red one last time to solve it. However, prior to that, I need to figure out how to get as many of these connected as possible. This is kind of nice right here because that makes 2. Then, oh boy, this is interesting. Then, oh, this is so weird. That makes 3. That just changes which 3 are there. This would make 2. That would make... Okay. So the interesting thing here is that this can no longer be moved down. So this is going to have to become... Okay. I think the hard part here is that yellow moves north. So getting 2 white blocks onto the north square and then onto the north rank is going to be... How am I 140 episodes in and now I'm struggling with rank versus file? That's the second time this episode I've done that. Getting 2 white squares on the north file is going to be the hard part. The north rank. God damn it, I did it again. So how do I do that? That's the real puzzle. Is how do you get I think this is a key to start. Move it 1 north so that you have 2 of these here. Then oh boy. Let's just try this. If I hit that, all of a sudden you've got 2. That becomes the 3rd. Then that becomes, the 1st on the north rank. That becomes the 2nd on the north rank. This right here is a solution if I hit red twice, I think. I need to make them black, not red. What am I doing? I just had it. Fuck. Dang it, I just had it. I just actually had it. So that sucks. Hold up. That, then translate it over, then hit this, then hit this, then hit once, and that is your solution. Okay, yeah. Whew! Tent. Still water, 10 blank books. Tent is interesting, okay. We've got tent, we also have question mark. We're gonna make that smaller so that it fits a little bit better. We have question mark. Okay, let's do next room. This worm and bat is freaking weird. Is it? No. I was thinking it could be. It wouldn't have to be bad. It could be like baton, stick. What's that called? Like a blackjack, I think, is kind of like one of these. I don't really want to Google it, but none of those rhyme with worm or you know, are close enough to worm. So this room right here we need to get in, which is pool. Pool facing northeast, southwest. Sorry, northeast and west. I hesitate to say this because it feels crazy to say, but I will be honest with you that I have had this thought. I don't know that I am decided upon this thought. I think this right here might be my favorite thing we've done in the game. I can say that now because I haven't failed to solve it. The minute I have failed to solve it, things will be very different. But right now, when I still have hope, when I still have hope in my heart, I don't know. There've been a lot of really amazing things in the game, but by favorite, I kind of mean like, what I mean is just like the process of trying to map out this entire new house with the knowledge that we are like when you are like understanding the game, the inner house. Oh shit, where did I put tent? When you're understanding the inner house, my understanding of the Mount Holly estate comes in slow halts and starts and fits and starts kind of thing. On any one run, you're not really in control of what you're trying to solve most of the time, and so what you end up picking up in order to solve a certain puzzle, you're trying to chase things, but you're mostly picking things up via osmosis, via proximity to other parts of the puzzle. This has been a very different experience. It has been a very focused effort. That most of the last 5 days have ended because I've run out of real life time, not because the game I've run out of footsteps or resources or whatever. The puzzles have certainly, I could have maybe spent like 2 days on this thing, and instead I've spent 7 or 8 or something like that inside of it. I don't know why I have enjoyed this so much, other than what I just said. Year and calendar. Yes, for sure. Date and I don't, but I have really enjoyed the process of just going like elbow deep in this puzzle and charting literally everything with the hopes that maybe it'll come out to a solution. I also just love Morajai puzzle boxes, and the poster puzzles are also fun. I say that now. I probably won't be saying that in an episode when I'm fucking distraught trying to figure out what I have left. Ear and it's like a day calendar. It's like a you could call it the date. You could call it flip book, a notepad, a note, a pad. Either one of those, maybe, kind of. It doesn't really look like a notepad. It looks like a one of those flippable day calendars, or rippable day calendars. But has anyone else had the experience of? Did anyone else get these as themed day calendars as Christmas gifts growing up? This was very popular in the mid 2000s. But like every intellectual property had and maybe they still make them, had a 365 day calendar. I don't know what else to call them, but these little, they look like a sticky note pad, like a ton of sticky notes. And on the top, it would say January 1st. And if you liked The Office, it would be a picture of Michael Scott. And it would be, you'd miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. And it would be a quote. And he would pull it off. And on day 2, it would be January 2nd. Jim looks at camera. Or something, like Bears beats Battlestar Galactica. And The Office, Big Bang Theory, every intellectual property, a million of them. I mean, I had ones that were about, your daily Bible verse. I had ones that were about, I got probably like 5 of these as gifts, probably 5 years running. I got one, I think, for Indiana Pacers basketball, The Office, Bible verses. I was a kid. I didn't really need to know what day it was. But man, my parents were, and my grandparents and my family was insistent that I know what day it was. They were pretty cheap gifts and kind of cool. I kind of liked them, to be honest with you. I don't know. The day calendar one is really stressing me out because I also don't know about it. There's a puzzle in the gallery, which is a lock and one of these, and I don't know what it is. Let's solve this instead. So we have, just edit the Photoshop document. So we have, this is orange, right? Nope, not orange at all. This is red. Okay. So this is a problem. Red. We would need to get white into the middle to hit this button. Okay. Now we're cooking. So this one, we need to hit red. And that's strangely kind of doable. If I hit this right now, these 3 turn black, right? Black becomes red, white becomes black. Yes. Then which is the bear. So, okay, so there's a couple questions to answer in the solving of this puzzle. One is this. Your maximum amount of red is probably 1 plus 5 minus 1. So 4. Or sorry, 5 total, but 1 plus 4. Because you can never get all of these to be white. On the other hand, with some careful manipulation, you might... Not the thing I just did, because that was wrong. You might be able to get... I could shift this one over. You might be able to get them all to be... Let's try it again. Let's try it again. How would you go about getting 4 of these white to be white? Now that I've said that, I don't know that it matters because you only need 3 of them to be white, but then you do have to get something into this spot. So the problem here is we have no shifting left to right now. During this phase, we don't. We will during the second phase. Red has 2 phases. During phase 2, we can do some shifting. The problem is we have to have converted everything to white before we make that choice, before we decide to move to phase 2. Okay, here's the second problem. Is there no other way to start here? I think to get white into the middle, the only way to start is to hit this twice, because that won't do it. So I think we have to hit yellow twice to get it in the middle. The problem with that is that then yellow is at the top. You can fix that by doing this. You hit that button, then hit... Oh, no. That puts you at 3. Wait, hold up. I'm cooking on something. You need to get these 2 to be beside each other in order to make all of it work. No, it's the same shit over and over again. Okay, so in that case, let's go... How do you do this? Okay, so check it. That's 3 of them done. I hit the wrong button. If I hit this, then I hit this, we should be fine. Yeah, it's not that hard. Okay, cool. I overthought it. It's not that hard. All that work for just the letter A. Oh well. Attentive something. Okay, so we entered that from the, if we go out this direction, that is Foyer. In a east and west direction. Okay, so I'm trying really hard not to spill my tea. I did spill it right before starting recording. I don't want to do it again. Okay. Set the tea to the side so we don't make a mistake. Drag this down. The other thing that I didn't say is we just saw something, which was using white to turn blue to non-blue. You can turn it gray, which then you can use red to turn gray to... You can use white and red buttons to turn gray, first to white, then to black, then to red. So you can really change blue to a lot of other colors. Here's the problem. So many of the puzzles that we have, the Morajai puzzle boxes, require more blue than we currently have, and that is a problem because I don't know how to solve that. I don't know how to solve that yet. We've got a tree and a book. We've got a big ass, thick, hefty book, and we've got a tree, a Christmas tree. Presents, tree, celebration, Christmas. Decorate, tree, holiday, merry. Change the meaning of each seasonal greeting or whatever. Of those words, the only one that's short enough to maybe make this thing work is tree. A thick book. It's a very thick book. It could be a ledger. It could be a photo album. It could be a, for those of you born after the year 2000, that's an old thing you store your digital photos in once you've gone to Walgreens to print them out. For those of you born before 1990, how did you get photos developed before Walgreens? I don't know. That's this is, and by photo. No. We took our digital our disposable cameras to Walgreens as well. I think it was Walgreens for. They definitely print your digital photos, but they definitely also printed your disposable cameras. If you were using actual film, I have no idea how your photos got developed at all because I don't know how that shit works. But probably in a dark room if I had to guess. Tree. Holiday, Christmas, present, celebrate. What is Yule exactly? Yuletide? What exactly is Yule? Is that a thing? I don't know exactly what the word Yule means, Y-U-L-E, but I think it does. It is kind of vaguely related to the holidays. Yuletide. Yule. Yule. I'm just thinking of Soldier Boy right now. Yule. Oh, I'm in such a better mood than I was in the last episode. Okay. That's a question mark. That's it. That's just a question mark. Let's go solve a Morajai puzzle box because I bet I'll have better luck with this. Four diamonds for 4 greens. So swappable. We've got orange. We've got moves south. We've got imitates north or imitates center. Move south plus green is really handy. So we need to find one of these. The problem is we don't... Okay, so it's always hard to think about how do you solve one of these when you don't have a black square, because black square is so useful. Black square just allows you to shift horizontally. We have a purple square, which means you can shift in the vertical direction instead. Here's the question I'm having. Yeah, that works. Okay, so then, but how do I get... This could be another green, which is helpful, I guess, but... If you can only... Okay, we need to think about this one differently. If you can only shift vertically... I mean, so you can do this, right? Which is different. But like... Hold up. Hit that, hit this... Hit that, hit. It's not gonna work. Shit, it's not gonna work. We're going to get there. It's just going to take me a second because my brain hurts. So I need to get you over to the other side, which involves... I need to get you right here, I think. Which involves pushing you... Shit, that doesn't work, actually. Uh-oh. Did I just soft lock myself? I think I might have. Okay, let me think about this. Maybe we want to wait to make them green until we need them. Or maybe we need a second purple. Maybe we need one less green, one more purple. I think I had soft locked myself. This one's interesting. So you can only shift things vertically per rank, and you can only do that in the... Okay. Purple allows you to shift things vertically per rank. However, you can always, of course, mirror across with green. The problem with that is that means you can't get purple into the middle here. Purple cannot be in the middle because the... we can't make a second purple because we don't have a second purple. Fuck. So now, hold up. Let me think. That won't change to purple, right? It's technically not surrounded by two purples. I was just thinking maybe this would fool it to be in... No, wait. It's an orange. If I could get purple into the middle, I don't think I can get it into the middle square, though, because you can't... It'll only move... I can get it across, but I can't get it to the middle. You could never move it into a place that it could then be flipped into the middle. So yeah, you just can't get it in the middle. So then this orange can't be purple because there's no reason to do that. There's no way to do that, I should say. So let me think here. To get this purple over, to flip purple across the board to the other side, unfortunately, I think you have to flip it, then move it down. Now we're in trouble. Then shift it down again. So the funny thing about that is, I don't know how to make this work. Oh, did I just soft lock myself again? I think we have an answer that we should probably change blue to green if possible. And the way to do that, I do not know. That's green. Perfect. Okay, that's green. Now we need to change this one to green. Easy. Done. So now, with enough green, I think it's just a matter of... Fuck, did I just do it again? Did I just soft lock myself again? I think it's just a matter of... Okay, we're doing this exact same thing we just did, which is get it across, then green here, green here. This one becomes green. Perfect. We have to be careful. Really careful. Not to hit this button too many times. I can hit it now, flip it, move it south. That's the solution. Done. I was doing the second to last step. I was switching the second to last step and the last step, basically. Is my opinion of what I was doing there. But I could be wrong. That's an interesting one because you can soft lock yourself despite the fact that the entire board is basically green. Cast is an interesting word. This line says cast a tint of. Cast a tint of? Okay. So from here, this way is the most western side. Yes. We've got a room here. This is archives. So archives with a it's a, 4 junction room. All right. What fresh hell awaits us on this rank? Archives. For poster, we have horse and banana. Rot and trot. Rot and trot. That's a rot and banana. That is a rot and a trot. That is a T. Rot and trot. Okay, so... queso. Chips and queso. Then we have a Morajai puzzle box. Right here. Do we have anything else? It's always worth looking, just in case. Okay, so partially red, partially orange. Yeah. Interesting. Lots of colors here. Lots of colors here. So we need red in these 2 spots. We need... orange. One of the 3 oranges can change color. The problem is the only way to get it to change color would be to create more red, which we can't do without losing the ability to move stuff. So that's interesting. All 3 oranges, I think, must probably stay the same color. The question kind of becomes, how do you move them? Well, I think we probably do want this square here. Move it over. Shit, wrong button. Move it over. Put that there. We need a orange in the top and an orange in the bottom row. So I think that solves that problem. Then, gotta be careful here. We need a red and a black on the bottom, which we technically have. I think what we want to do here is... switch, hit, flip. Hold up. How do I make this? How do I make green? I don't know that I can. Oh, this is so weird. Okay, we have 1 green. I don't know that I can make green get to the other side. The only way to do it would be to have purple move it down 2 squares or 1 square, then it's over here. But then I can't really... I'd also have to have purple over here. I don't know that purple and green, the only way I can move them is kind of by putting them on opposite sides. This is very strange. This is very weird. So I think this orange needs to be up top because Oh boy. You can always flip it, rotate it, put it down. Let's go ahead and hit this button. Shit, I needed to hit it one more time. Or I needed it to be shifted one over. They're technically in the correct spot right now. However, the black one is the useful one because it's the one that helps move. So if I could have black down here, then I could... We're just going to have to do it. Then I could move purple up if I wanted to. Do I want to? I got to get purple over here somehow. That's how you get purple over there. Okay. Then if I hit this down, orange goes up, which is not what I want. I need an orange that goes down. No, if orange goes up, then I can move it down. Then I can move black or red up to that square there. Those are once again in the wrong order. That's okay because I can rotate. Oh boy. This is such a tricky one. Orange. It'll be red, but it's in the wrong spot for now. This one moving south does nothing for me. Oh, this is such a weird one. Okay. There's got to be an interaction with the way that I can... I don't know how to explain this. If I hit this, I think this is game over, but I gotta try it. Yeah, that was dumb because now I can't move anything in the way that I want to. That's dumb. Oh, this one's so freaky. I like this one. Okay. So how do we do this? That gets purple to the north. Which can then bring orange one to the north. We have to get orange to the south though. And the way to make that happen is to flip it. The problem with that idea is that then you have to this doesn't work. This is such an interesting one. Okay. So we need red in that corner and in this corner, meaning black needs to be here at the end, probably. I don't think I want red dragged down here. I think I want black dragged down here. Then we need to drag so right now, I think I can only put black on the bottom and the top rank. That's useful because then I can shift things around to where I want them. But I can only shift one thing at a time. So I can't really shift it to where I want it because then I have to drag it down to get it. Okay, so that puts you there. So that puts that. This is actually looking good so far. The problem is if I hit this twice, red goes to the middle, which is freaking weird. We could do this, puts red, puts that there. I think we're in trouble right now. This might be one of those ones we just click a bunch. It might have to be. Is this basically it? It's not. I mean, this will be red, this will be red, this will be orange if I hit this button. Unfortunately, if I hit that button, then we still got the problem of how you get stuff here. Let's just try it real quick just because I want to see what it looks like. So we hit this button. We've got orange. We've got red. This will be red as soon as I hit this button. However, I have to get... That seems like a winning move. Let's get these grays out of the way. Now I need to get green right up here. To do that, I would need to... Sorry, purple right up there. Nope. Maybe I need to move orange up there so that I can then bring it south. Wait, how the fuck do you get orange to the south? Flipping it is one way, but if you flip it, then... Boy. Oh, boy. Okay, so right here. Piss. Piss. I think this one is very difficult because you have to think 2 steps ahead, because you can't both shift by hitting the black button and flip at the same time. And in fact, you need to think about where things need to be shifted before you flip, which I'm struggling with currently. So and they like kind of have to be across from each other to get any... Oh, the wrong button. No, it's fine. To get any value out of... We can't do that. We can't grab this one to the north. It's just not good. So, but what I can do is go... But what I can do is shift it to the north. Bring this down. Oh my god, I'm going to lose it. This one, the problem is this is a hard one that isn't hard because I don't know the rules. It's hard because I can't figure it out, which is kind of unique recently. Now, it may look to you like I'm just hitting buttons right now. And I want you to know that that is correct. That is what I'm doing. I'm just hitting buttons. We want one of these to be... We want one of these to be orange. And we want the one that is orange to be to the right of the one that will eventually be red. Oh, think I fucked myself here by putting this in the middle and this at the bottom. So we want it to be like this, where it's like black or red, then orange. So right now, if we could get this one to be orange, that would be a win. Because that would help us out. Tremendously. I don't know how to do this, guys. Has that become obvious yet? Oh, it's freaking me out because I want to be able to shift both the upper and the lower rank at the same time so that I think it's basically this simple. I keep thinking about this puzzle in terms of I need to shift these to the right or the left and shift this to the right or the left to get the correct thing so that I can flip it because I want to move one piece at a time and flip it. I can't do that. I can only shift one at a time. So I really need to be thinking a step ahead of where I want to be before. So like to get black up on the upper level, I have to do this. Let me see if I can even do it right now. I have to do this. I have to go put it across, then put it here. That puts it on the north. The problem is then to get it back down, I have to put it back in the exact same position, which is no good because that's no good. This is a tough one. This is good, though. This is good. I just did a good thing. I just did a very good thing. That right there puts the top row in the correct position. Okay. Now, we need to probably put this here, then hit this button. Oh, did I just fuck it? I hope not. Then hit this button. It's just going to move orange to the top. But that's okay. Because I can eventually get orange to the bottom by rotating it. By flipping it. The problem is I still have to get black to the top to make that happen. If I hit this button. None of them are in the correct spot yet, minus this one. But they're very close to being in the correct spot. This black needs to be to the right of the orange, which is a small problem. I will admit. How do I do this? It's all the purple. It's all the purple. The problem is I don't know how to use the purple correctly right now. So, do I need to put the purple there one more time? Blank goes here. I can't do that. I think I just don't yet. I think what I'm doing is I just don't yet understand the way that you move. I just don't yet understand the basic mechanic of this puzzle. What I mean by that is not what colors change how the colors react. What I mean is, how do you employ a black and a green and a purple together to move pieces where you want them? That sounded more simple than I wanted it to sound, but you know what I mean. Like I don't have a conception of how that works yet. Like there's got to be a way. If I want to move the red to the bottom row. I need to flip it, then move green off of it to then Oh, I don't know. Okay. Because my goal for this episode is to get them all mapped out, I'm going to do this. I'm going to say, oh boy. I'm going to say, this one is hard. I don't even think it's all that difficult. It's difficult because I'm struggling with it. But what I mean is I don't think it's a game-breakingly difficult one. I went out the wrong way. So this is the edge. So we need to go here. Archives here. We're entering from the north. So Chapel goes north, south, and east. So it goes north, south, and east. So negative 90 degrees. Okay. And what do we have here? No mosaics, first off. This is a kettlebell. This is a kettlebell. I thought it was a lock, but it's a kettlebell. It's a weight. A bell. Kettlebell? It's called a bell, right? Not a ball. Kettlebell? Kettlebell. It's a kettlebell. 3 and tree. Could just be that simple. 3 and tree. That feels a little weird, but 3 and tree. What I like about that is that it is an H, and TH makes a lot of sense together. We will put a little question mark on the end of that one. 3 and tree. Give me a Morajai puzzle box that I can solve. This is all orange, which is bad because I can't make new orange. Yeah, I can. Fuck. Wait, this is crazy. Wait, this is crazy. Wait, this is cool. You have to have orange in the center so that blue acts as orange. Then you click a blue button. Oh my god, this one is nice. Orange has to be in the center so that blue acts as orange. But you have to put black in the center first to get it to, with the knowledge that orange will eventually come here. Boom. Then you need to shift it so that that's a beautiful puzzle. That's a beautiful puzzle. I love that one. Lantern. Is this about the... I mean, that's about the thing we're looking at right now. That's what it is. I gotta move some layers around. We're very close to having all of the rooms on this Photoshop document, which means that very soon we should be able to organize the layers of this Photoshop document into groups and stuff, which I'm very excited for. I wanted to wait until we were done with that. This one says lanterns or lantern? Lantern. Hell yeah, brother. Lantern is good because that feels like that will help us with more things than one. So here's Vestibule. So Vestibule is the one that is in the place of antechamber. Oh shit. It makes sense because this would have to be a letter to make this make sense. I thought antechamber was locked, but no, it's not. Vestibule is here instead of it. I think I misremembered at the beginning of this episode. I was like, yeah, you can't put anything, frankly, at the beginning. I've misremembered for the last couple episodes, because in my mind, this square has been, since we walked in here. But that makes sense, because I thought, yeah, okay. Anyways, that's very interesting. So Vestibule is here. Let's go ahead and... See what's in here. Label and metal, wine, and dine. Wine and one. This could just be one. This could just be one, or first, or award. Place and could be award. Place, medal, first, and first is an interesting word because you can make fist out of it. You can make furt out of it, which is kind of like fart but different. I don't have an immediate reaction to this one. I don't have an immediate reaction, so I'm going to put a question mark. Oh, that's four. Oh, boy. Okay. Very interesting. That's 4 different colors. So black needs to be in the upper left. Orange needs to be in the bottom left. Red needs to be in the bottom right. And purple needs to be... Purple, the one that moves south, needs to be in the upper right, which is fun. White is interesting because... Why is it there? White is interesting because it can be turned to black. Meaning if I click this, hit this. Oh, shit, I forgot. Okay. You can make a lot more black. However, they're going to be in the way. So that's interesting. Our methods of movement are mostly black pieces. And one... This should be obvious, but we can flip. Which is interesting. How do you... Wait. There it is. Okay. This might be the one that teaches me what I needed to learn the other day, which is that, like, how do you freaking get something off... how do you use green in a way that shifts back and forth? It's difficult. This one right here is the one that's purple. That's solved. That said... in the process of it being solved... we messed everything else up. Or we did not give ourselves a chance to. So it moves south, meaning this would move north. Oh, boy. So what I'm sitting here thinking is if we could get purple above... this, then hit it, red goes north. Which isn't great, but is better for... You gotta put... Okay, you have to... Okay, we're learning something. Right now, we're learning something. If my goal is to put red to the bottom, then shift it around... which is kind of what I'm thinking, because right now it's not... I have to have something else here that works. I have to have orange here, so I can't just put it there. I can't bring it to the bottom without first bringing the piece I'm going to use... Shit. The piece I'm going to use to move it from the bottom. But then the problem is we don't have a piece to move it. Fuck. That worked right there, though. I didn't even mean to, and I just pulled that off. That's kind of cool. Red's in the right spot. We need to get orange down to here, but to do that, we... I don't know. Let's move that one up there. It's fine. The green piece is fucking with me, man. The green piece is majorly fucking with me. So we need to get... Hold up. We need to get purple out of here to the bottom so that I can then bring it to the top so that I can then move it here so that I can then bring orange down. The problem is now we have two of these in the middle, and that was a fucking mistake. But maybe this is where this thing comes in, you know? I don't know, brother. I don't know. So this one right here needs to be red. To make that happen, we need to bring this down, push it there. This one needs to become orange. What I was thinking more so was... Orange needs to be right. No, it needs to be right there. Then green needs to be over here. And to make that happen, I don't know how to do that. So, plus you gotta... Oh my god. Green is gonna be the death of me, man. That's such a dangerous thing to do, what I just did, because the minute you do that, you lose the... Okay, I am suddenly very close to solving it on accident. Correct. Not correct, but very soon to be correct. Correct. Like that's correct. This one needs to be one to the right. How does one do that? If I hit this button here, sorry, if I hit this button here, you get 2 black on the top. I hit the button, I hit the green button to flip, I hit the black button to shift. Sorry, hold up. Let me just try it because that brings black to the bottom, which is kind of nice. I think I also probably want this here. Now I can shift purple to the correct position here. Red is in the correct position. I need these, you know, I need to shift some things around here, but is it better if I do it this way? Orange needs to be on the right side of. That doesn't do anything. I don't know why I just pretended like that did. Green is going to be the death of me. It's true. How do I insert something in between these two? I don't think you can. I think you can't insert. You have to like flip, shift it one to the right, but then I need green to be back here, which I can't really do. Did I just do that? I did just do that, so that's good. That puts us kind of close. Do I have it? Oh my god, I have it, and I didn't really understand how I did it. Oh my god. Woo! The lantern light. Or sorry, something lantern light. Okay. Message from daycare. Okay, good. Messages from daycare are either everything's bad. Oh my god, yeah, we found this. I forgot about this. Doesn't open. I forgot about that. Messages from daycare are either terrible or great. They're either bad news or cute video of your child. Okay. We have whatchamacallit from the... We have coat check accessible from the east. Every time I go 90 degrees. But what I meant by that was negative 90, obviously. I don't know. I don't know who you think I am. I obviously have internalized which direction is which. It's probably just clockwise, but for some reason I can't figure that out. So then I just try the opposite one. Okay. Coat check. Done. Then you go to the room and you see the posters. They are a spear and a pear. That's an S, and that is easy. S is interesting because that means that this, not that I should think about it, but that means that this row probably says these, maybe says this, probably says these or those. That's about the only words I can come up with that has that. Location, you got 2 black, 2 blue. This is interesting. This is very interesting. Whoopsie daisies. Put you there. Put you there. We need to flip a black and a blue on each. Now, hold up. Yellow goes north. A black and a blue on each row, which turns out is not... crazy difficult. That's a black and blue on each row. Now, the problem is I did not think about... I got this one correct. Black and blue. Did I get this one correct? Nope, not at all. I never think about it. I just go for it. And then I'm like, oh, shit. Afterwards, I should probably figure out which one goes where. These are correct. However, I'm going to have to mess it up because I'm going to have to flip across. So how do you do that? So how do you do it? This is the central question of how to use a green. How do you what is the algorithm? I mean algorithm in the way that Rubik's Cubers use the word algorithm. What is the algorithm which you use to shift things on a row while using green and black? Because I don't know how to do it. I got to figure it out. Gotta figure it out. If I hit this, that one stays correct. That's good. Did I do anything different for this one? I did. I solved it. Okay. The something lantern light in. In as in like in, not in as in like a place to stay. In. Okay, that's one room left. Let's freaking go. Last room is aquarium. And it is east, west, north. This aquarium looks so much less exciting than the aquarium that I'm used to. The one that has fish in it and electrical things and... all of that shit. Be honest with me. Did you notice that I was wearing a blue shirt every... I don't think it's every episode because I think I started it a little bit late. Did you notice I was wearing a blue shirt for almost all of the episodes after discovering this place? That's a leash and a lash. That's an E. These are those. This is what we expected it would be. These are those. Okay, good. That means that our H that we were questionable about is probably correct. Mountains is yellow. It's 4 mountains, which is very interesting. We need to put We have a rotate, which I love. We need to put yellow in the middle. Nope. We need to put orange in the middle to turn this one into yellow. We need to put... You can use red to give yourself an extra black, which is probably the part of the puzzle that we're working on. That's good. That's good because then you allow yourself to shift a bunch around. Hold up. Let me put this here. Hit this button. Then put this button that doesn't quite do what I thought it did. It does do what I thought it did because now it's yellow. Perfect. Then this one needs to become yellow. How we do that, I don't know. Unfortunately, when we changed our blue to yellow, we actually removed one of our most important pieces because... Oh, did I just... No, it's fine. It's fine. My immediate instinct is to do this. That's yellow. Okay. Okay, we're part of the way there. We're part of the way there. I love a pink piece. It's so good. Then... Three of our squares are correct currently. I'm debating how you get this one. It just moves. It just fucking moves north, Ryan. It's not that hard. Dude, sketches. That's a big word. Lantern light in sketches? Cast a tint. What does that mean? That feels like the most important word we have discovered in this northern region. Lantern light is like that clocks. That's like, okay, yeah, the lanterns outside of the rooms matters. Lantern light in sketches casts a tint of what? What the fuck do you mean by that? In the sketches? The sketches in the rough draft room is my guess. In the atelier is my actual guess because are there any sketches there? Here's the heartbreaker of it all. I have to call it a day here. I'm out of time. I gotta go. It's time for me to go parent and be a family member. But man, I've had fun playing Blueprints today. Oh, we have a rough draft of a rough draft. We have a rough draft of the rough draft. The first word is these or those. Thing, maybe. Place, forge, something, among us. Something. Blessed. The lantern light in sketches cast. Shouldn't that be the light casts? It should have an S on it because the noun is singular. The light casts. Sketches is plural, but that's not the word that's not the noun of the sentence. I don't know, boy. I don't know. Okay, so sketches. My thought was kind of this, maybe. We're gonna have to solve it, and I'm sure we will solve it in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to leave a like. The Blueprints, the gift that keeps on giving. What a game. We've got a heck of a document here. A rough draft. I'll see you guys very soon. Until then, thanks so much for watching. Bye.